What it do, what it do, what it do. It is I, Eden the Hero. Welcome to Humble Good Times. It's another week of just talking about my journey now with manifestation. I feel like I've been on a few journeys throughout this series of mine, and you can definitely see my evolution from the first video to now and how much more comfortable I am in my skin, more confident, more reassuring of myself I am. For assured. But my manifestation journey is still ongoing. It's going to continue. I'm not stopping this. I did run into a bit of a challenge this week where there were some things that happened, I would say, that kind of knocked me off my game a little bit, and definitely one thing in particular that did. So let's just start with the first thing that happened this week. So I get a paper saying that I picked the wrong order product at work and shipped it out. And so these things are going to happen because this is all manual work. It's not necessarily like where you have a computer picking the shit. It's you physically having to pick it. But my eyes went somewhere else when I pulled the product. So I scanned it correctly, but I picked the wrong thing. These things happen. But supposedly, if it happens again, they're going to document the shit, which I kind of am at this point with my job. Like, they've been doing a lot of threatening, and it's always something. So it is what it is. I released it pretty much that same day. Like, it was a mistake. There's people that are there that did way worse than me, and multiple things worse than me. So I'm gonna just, take it for what it is. I made a mistake. Just pay attention to what I'm doing. Period. So, the second thing that happened to me this week was at work again. It was I ended up falling off of my equipment. The crazy thing is, we were done with the day pretty much. We were just cleaning up. I was basically trying to stop it, but not in a really effective way. And then the way this equipment is, it's like there's no back. I'm standing, and so as I'm trying to like stop it, it's like stuttering. And then I ended up falling off the motherfucker and twisting my ankle a bit. Thankfully, my ankle was only sprained and not broken. I got right up after that. Well, it was about 2 minutes I was on the ground trying to shake off the pain. But I got up. I was limping a little bit, and I knew I had to tell my boss. So I did. I didn't want it to come back to where they see this shit on camera. It's just, they're always looking for something because it's a slower season. So, but nothing was like documented, thankfully. I was like, I really hope they don't try to send me for no drug tests or anything. Not that I have anything to worry about, but I just didn't want to have to go through that to where it's on paper that I had this incident happen and something else happens and fucked or something. So after that happened, I shook it off. I've been treating it with ice and some Tylenol or something if the pain's too bad. But those two things happened this week. And then something very like undesirable happened that was bigger than these two things, in my opinion, because it was something I was planning for my weekend to go out with my connection, and the fact that I could not access my pay early, because we get to, like, there's an app that we can use to take out some of our paycheck before we get paid for whatever we need it for. And I had plans all week to take out some cash from it because I knew I had my date coming up this weekend, so I wanted to make sure, I wanted to take care of whatever she wanted. And she doesn't even like me. She doesn't like anyone paying for her. She's very, like, big on, like, she doesn't want to feel like she owes someone. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't feel that way because I like doing things out of the kindness of my heart. And thankfully, she's that type of person, because if it was someone else, I probably would have had to cancel on them. Because she's just a very just understanding person, and I did explain to her how I don't have access to what I need to have more of, because I had some cash, but it wasn't enough, honestly. I mean, it was enough, but at the same time, it was like, I wanted to make sure I was good, and just not having access. Like, I had access up until Thursday morning, I would say, or no, Thursday evening, and I planned on taking it out Friday. Friday rolls around, I'm at work at my second job, and it's like late in the day. I go on and it's saying 0 available to take, and then that it's temporarily unavailable to use that feature. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, okay. I didn't even trip about it. I'm just like, alright, this probably be back up maybe later on tonight or tomorrow. Both of them run, like, later that day rolls around, it actually shows up where it's not 0 no more. It shows how much I can take that's available. And then I go to try to take it. It tells me that this error message about my card information that it's going to be transferred to. And I'm like, what the hell, man? Like, this is weird. Like, it never happened before. The only thing that ever happened is, like, it didn't update the day before, so I only still had one day, like, available to access my pay, where I could still take it. It just didn't have both days that I worked. But this shit, it was down all weekend, and I really didn't spaz out. I kept trying to just tell myself, it's gonna be okay, I have enough. I'm trying to regulate my nervous system, but my stomach was in knots the whole fucking weekend, because I'm just like, I don't want to show up and not feel like I can't cover something. Like, it just was such an uncomfortable feeling that was really kind of consuming me, and everything that I've been practicing, and I was just going back to those things and working my way through the feeling, because at moments I would be good about, everything's gonna be okay, still got time, it'll come back up. Still ain't come back up. And I'm trying to learn, like, how do you handle things that are like that are out of your control? Because I just kept saying, like, this is not in my control. Let me do what I can that it is in my control. So when it happened originally on Friday, I just started cleaning, I started cooking, I was just doing whatever I can that was in my control to make me feel somewhat better. I was doing. Saturday rolled around, I still couldn't access it. I was like, you know what? I don't want to show up empty-handed. And she's someone that she doesn't even like receiving gifts. Like, I was like, well, she don't like gifts, but I'm a creative, so I know there's something that I can do that'll like, it'll be a gesture that lets her know like, I'm getting to know you and I know some of the things that you like already, so I'm gonna present you with something that I know you'll appreciate. So I ended up doing that. I made her like these buttons. One of the buttons were like a sticker that it was a meme that, or no, a GIF that I put in our group chat. It's a inside joke, but I took the screenshot of that GIF and I made a button out of it, and she absolutely loved it. And then I made these two other ones that are they were like, she's into something that I was able to find like images of and put it on the pins. So she appreciated that too. And I just knew like I just didn't want to show up empty-handed. Like, I can't, I could have handled whatever she wanted. It was not much. And then she would eat a lot the night before. I ate before I even went because I know, like, with my stomach, I can't eat just anything, and I definitely can't just have regular coffee. So I prepared myself before going. I had coffee. I had me an egg sandwich on an English muffin, and I just wanted to make sure that I had something on my stomach. But I was so nervous because it's been so long since I even dated anybody. And aside from that, I'll go into that story in a little bit. I just want to finish up the undesirable part. I did whatever I could in my control. That was my goal. If I couldn't get to those funds, I did whatever I could to basically show up in a way where I'm like, I'm interested, I'm here, I'm present, I'm getting to know you, and I know some things that you like, so I know you appreciate it. So that made me feel good once I was able to create, and creating actually made me feel good because I'm a creator. So it was like two things that I got from that made me feel really good. And that's the biggest thing about, like, when things are out of your control or things are undesirable that happen, you gotta stay in a state of feeling good. I ended up working late on Saturday at my second job because it was just a heavy load that came in, and opportunity was there to just make a little extra cash, and it just helped me, stay in control. Like, that's all I can do. Like, I can't control what's out of my control. I can only control what's in my control. So what I was able to do was create, and I was able to cook and take care of my things that I have here. Whatever I could do. So it sucked for sure. It was very sucky, but I did whatever I could to turn that feeling around. And I'm not going to say it was 100% successful because I still feel it. But the good thing is everything worked out. Granted, I had to borrow some cash, but everything worked out, and it always works out. So I was thankful for that. And if anything this is teaching me, it's like I'm really struggling with how do I not end up in this situation again? Because the thing that weighs on me through this whole experience was a lot of my age, my circumstances. I'm not doing the worst, but I want to do a lot better. I want to do a lot better. I'm doing better than I was last year, and I acknowledge that, I honor that, and I give myself that kind of credit and grace. Like, last year was hard. This year, I'm changing the narrative. I'm working towards just manifesting exactly what I want. And my goal of 100K by February 2027, that's I'm leaning hard into that because it's not impossible. I really believe it's not impossible, but it may take me having to leave where I'm at, and I'm just trying to figure out, like, and appreciate what I have. But while I'm appreciating what I have, if there is better out there for me, I want it to present itself to me and not me kind of force my way into finding it. And I don't know if that's even really forcing, or is it me just being putting in that effort to find better, because the interest of better is what I want. I need more security. Don't get me wrong, I actually like where I work and everything, and I don't mind what I do. I would prefer to do something more, leadership wise, but I'm trying to be patient with where I'm at, with what I have. I'm very appreciative of what I have, but it's just I'm trying not to run from where I'm at. I'm trying to step into better, and however that looks, I'm super open to it. And I'm just constantly working on keeping my nervous system aligned, and I'm staying aligned in what I want. So it takes more rest, more self-regulating peace, feeling good, doing the things that I enjoy to manifest that. But it does still require some type of effort on my end. It is late, excuse me. It is late. Well, at this point it's Monday morning. This day flu week, so it's daylight savings as well. So we actually met on daylight savings time, which is cool because it's like a bookmark day of something that you can look back on, like, oh yeah, when we first met, clocks got pushed forward. So yeah, let's go to the date with my connection. So I get there first, and it's funny because we went to bed late as fuck. We were up until like 1 on the phone, and then I was up till 4, after 4 o'clock, because the clock got pushed forward at 2 to 3. So yeah, I was up till 4 and ended up getting up at 9:30 to prepare for my day with my connection. And we ended up like meeting up around noon. We were gonna try it for 10:30, but I was like, that's early as shit for me. I'm not up usually early in the morning anymore. I'm usually up afternoons. I'm okay with that because I be up all night. But So I'm there waiting for her. She calls me, lets me know she's walking in. I can actually see her walking where I'm parked at. So I'm like, okay, I see you. And then so I go. There's two like of the same place, but one's actually just a cafe, and the other one's actually like a whole restaurant. So I go into the whole restaurant at first, thinking that it's connected to the cafe, and then I walk back, and I'm like, where the fuck is the cafe? Like, or where's the? Because I saw her sitting. I'm like, how do I get to the back? Thinking it's the back, but it's actually you had to go all the way out to go to the other side. So I ended up going to the other side, and we meet, we hug. It feels good. And yeah, we just talk and hang out. I knew she would be she was very shy and very awkward, but I expected that. We already discussed how she would be in person. And I'm like, I know that my energy can't be like super high because it'll be too much for her. So I was tired anyway, so I was very chill. We laughed a lot. We asked some questions in person, and yeah, it just flowed, It was nice. She loved the buttons I made her. She absolutely loved them. I ended up making two of the ones with the GIF that and I ended up wearing the one there so that she would see it before I actually gave her hers. She's like, "Oh my god, you the meme or whatever." I was like, I pulled out the bag of pins. I'm like, here, you got one too. And she loved it. I was like, I knew you'd appreciate that. Since you don't like gifts and stuff, I figured this gesture would be nice. So she ended up having some stickers that are kinky. And I took two of those. And yeah, it was 2 hours of 2.5 hours of us just talking, getting to know each other, a little bit of hand holding, and then a long hug at the end, and we took a picture. I'm not gonna post it because she's very private, but the picture was nice. I really love it. And yeah, it was like 5 years later, boom, like just start dating again. It was kind of surreal. And then after we ended or left each other, she had to drive back home. It was like 3 hours to Alabama, and I went to the store and then got home and I just took a nap. Well, I actually I took like a little nap, but I wasn't all the way asleep. And then when she got home, I like dozed deeper into a nap. But then when I woke up, I was like, I can't believe we actually met. I was like, the picture, thank God we got a picture out of that because it just feels so surreal. She was like, yeah, if we didn't take the picture, that means it didn't happen. I'm like, nah, it definitely happened. It just feels so surreal because it was like that fast in each other's presence. And yeah, I'll be seeing her again next month and the month after, which is nice. And it looks like it's getting better each time. Like each day we talk and we get closer in our connection. So I'm definitely happy with where we are and how the pace it's going and the respect, the chemistry, and the overall connection. Like there's attraction. There's I've been the most vulnerable I've ever been with anyone. I've been with her, and I feel like she can handle it and respect it. I'm someone that I never like to be vulnerable with people in the past, and it's like I know I have to be to build something real and deeper. So that, this guy's getting older, or just evolved. I'm evolved from who I used to be, and it's just a lot of growth that happened over these last 5 years of being single, and knowing like I can't show up halfway. I gotta show up in my full. And not only just that, but like I just have no desire to put on any like front or overcompensate, because I'm in the skin that I'm in, and my physical is matching me on how I feel about myself on the inside. So yeah, it was a good time. There's been another connection that I made last week. It was going good, but it was a bit, I don't know. There are some things that are a bit concerning with the connection, but I don't know. I'm kind of open to it, but I'm not pressed. Like I said, it's just I really want to be aligned with the right people, and it not be forced, or where I'm just like overlooking things that I definitely just don't want or find attractive or what have you. But I'm trying to give it time, because it's only been a few days. It's been almost a week. We haven't really been talking the last few days because I know their wife, his birthday has been going on, and so they've been preoccupied. But I'll probably reach out to her tomorrow and see what's up. But I'm keeping my options open. I'm still, giving time to my strongest connection while still being open to other connections. So yeah, it's been a good end to this week, I must say, and I'm thankful for just knowing, like I'm so aware of this, my thoughts and my feelings, and I do what I can to really stay aligned and stay in control and not reactive to the things out of my control. So this has been a humble good time. I'm Eden the Hero. Peace.